gather their energy, and that's what we have there. So now let's talk about the thing that I see going on in our immediate future. And I need to see if this storm still has the same rotation it did a moment ago. I shared this on the news at the end of the show, that this thing near Eskridge has a spin with it. It's not a strong spin, it's not a big monster area spin, but right there, that is super suspicious. So in Wabunsee County, you do not have a tornado warning right now. But if you are in that area, just northwest of Eskridge, you should be grabbing your shoes right now and ready to take shelter. So location on this is about 4 miles northwest of Eskridge. And the radar is right there. It's not that far away from it. So we've got a really good look at that from the radar. On the left side of your screen, you can see the tower camera there as well. So I have a decent position on it, but this storm is the definition of rain wrapped. It is truly in the middle of all that extremely heavy rain. So if there is a tornado in that, it will be just about impossible for a storm spotter to see it. But there is spin on that storm, no doubt. This storm includes the St. George area and Wamego. You are in the area with that storm right now. So that storm has hail the size of $50 is the possibility with this one. And it is moving to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. Let's check out the hail. Let's check out the velocity first and see if it has any spin on this thing. And if it does, it is weak. So hail is a primary threat with this guy, as the hail core there looks like it's really moved to just north of Louisville at this point. And it's not super huge hail at this point, but there's the most likely bigger area of it near Onega and just outside of Westmoreland. You can see the darker blues a few minutes ago, so that storm is losing some of its hail characteristics, but that one does still have some spin. Here's the one I was talking about earlier. When it was in Marshall County, it was starting to mature, and you can see now it's in Nebraska. You got those brighter pinks and blues and greens showing up there. So that one rotating pretty strong as it gets over in Pawnee and Richardson County on the Nebraska side of the state line. Again, this one is the one that we have to worry about now and see if it continues to spin like it is. Now let's see, it's in a highly rural area, obviously. So let's check out the velocity again there and where this is. It's moving north, so there really aren't any towns in that area, fortunately. They're in the path of this thing. Let's see if I can give you some roads here that might be close to it. Hopefully it just kind of goes away, but there's definitely a little spin in this thing as that moves to the north. Now the spin's not as impressive as it was a moment ago, fortunately. So maybe we just had a little funnel cloud form and it's gone away. Maybe. But we have to watch that. And again, that's rain wrapped, whatever it would be. The south side of that same storm, down here, has more of a sign of rotation. I'm going to bring up another source here and see if I can bring up the tower cameras multiple ways in this computer. There we go. All right, so from Council Grove, that view is to the southwest. Of course, as I was setting that camera up, I was anticipating maybe storms would be coming from that direction, so we're going to turn it around and look in the correct direction on this. So there we go. We're going to look back at this storm and see if we see anything suspicious with it, because it does have some spin on that side of this storm now. So that's looking back toward the storm to the north of Council Grove. And again, we're kind of just these things are developing, so we're kind of watching everything just extra closely. So if it was going to do something, we're talking about that area right about there, which is in the south central part of Wabunsee County. That would be moving toward areas like Eskridge would be in the path of this one. So we need to look east-northeast toward that storm from Council Grove. So I'll bring this back up again here. I have a pretty decent look at it. The tower is kind of blocking the view just a little bit there. So again, looking off to the east-northeast, the base of that storm is going to be kind of right through the tower. And again, this does not have a tornado warning with it. I'm just monitoring it to see if it gets to that point. So if you're in Council Grove, we're looking at a good distance northeast of you. It's just I can see that far with the camera. So that storm right now has a severe storm warning with it. I saw what looked like rotation just a few minutes ago, just northwest of Eskridge, certainly enough to concern me. And this area is getting suspicious right there in south central Wabunsee County. So at this moment, it's a severe storm warning with hail the size of quarters as what's being mentioned in the warning, and winds to 60. And almost every warning you have is going to have a mention of hail to at least the size of quarters and winds to 60. So that's kind of the low end on a severe storm warning. So looking at Wamego here, check out the velocity around here again. It's hail the size of $0.50. That warning goes till 6 p.m. So this storm near Wamego at this point. And we'll see if how things look in Wamego. I don't see any hail falling there on the streets in town, fortunately. We'll check out the hail size again here and see. Earlier the hail was farther to the north, but certainly there's something going on to keep that warning going all the way to 6 with this storm. So there's the hail core on this. If it does have hail, it'll be near Louisville. And the velocity here, I'm going to put this into motion, then I'm going to read the warning to you and see what the Weather Service has to say on it. So the National Weather Service warning, they say that at 5:23, it was located near Louisville, moving northeast at 30. 60-mile-per-hour winds, $0.50 size hail. So it was near Louisville just about 15 minutes ago, and moving northeast at 30. So really, that storm, whatever was there, should be farther to the northeast at this point. And I don't see a whole lot going on with it. The hail core doesn't look all that rough, but the warning goes till 6, and it could be canceled earlier or changed. Here's the hail farther north, closer to Onega. That severe storm, the hail does not look as big as it was a few minutes ago. I'm going to go back in time here. You can see that blue color, and now it's down to the grays near Onega at this point. So maybe that storm not producing as big of hail as it was a few minutes ago. It's also getting farther from the radar, which can influence what it looks like there. So around Onega, you could have hail the size of nickel, and wind gusts to 60, certainly a possibility with this. And that storm, I don't remember it showing rotation earlier, but now if it does, it's weak. It'll be Onega if there is anything. Again, none of these are tornado warnings in northeast Kansas. This thing in southeast Nebraska is. And interestingly, once this got to the Nebraska state line, it started to kind of turn right, which does happen with some tornadoes. So right there, just northwest of Bern, you are not that far from this, so we should be monitoring it. If you're in Bern, just watch this thing closely. I don't know that it would turn far enough right to get back that far south, but it's certainly something that bears watching closely for sure. All right, farther to the south here, again, my rotation I saw a few minutes ago near Eskridge looks like it went away, but man, you can see it right there. And it's not a super strong rotation, but right here, that's enough spin that if that goes on for a couple of cycles, you'll almost surely get a warning out of it. It's a very rural area, so if it touched down, I don't think it would have hit anything. I mean, it would hit something, but there's not a lot of population there, fortunately. So this part is the most exciting right now for something to lean forward on, is this in south central Wabunsee County. That has loose rotation or a weak rotation with it. And that is moving to the northeast. Let's check the data from the Weather Service here. They say the warning goes till 5:45, it's just 5 more minutes. They'll have to update this warning in just a minute with this. And the update just 8 minutes ago with this, they said near Eskridge, moving northeast at 25, 60-mile-per-hour winds, $0.50 size hail. And they also mentioned a tornado watch is in effect. So that's kind of little nuggets they add in these warnings. If you read all the language, you'll notice they don't all say things like that. They add little bits like that for reasons. All right, so zooming back out, I'm going to put this into motion and show you kind of the development of what's going on here. And you can see more storms developing over to the west, right there. So that stuff is rapidly becoming strong. So we don't have just one line of storms. We have multiple lines of storms that are going to be coming through the area. Looking to the southeast, you can look at how active this is. There are a couple of tornado warnings there along the Missouri and Kansas state line. Down in Oklahoma, I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at this today. I will look at it later tonight just out of curiosity. But we got confirmed tornadoes down there, just south of Tulsa it looks like. So they're dealing with tornadoes down there. So we're surrounded. We have tornado warnings to our north in Nebraska, to our southeast in eastern Kansas and southwest Missouri, and down in Oklahoma. So we're kind of surrounded. And again, this stuff is beginning to fill in here to the west of Council Grove. We're starting to get those storms getting stronger there as well. All right, so I want to check this velocity again here on this thing that's just in south central Wabaunsee County. That's getting more rotation organized right there, southwest of Eskridge. So around Eskridge, heads up, you may be in a tornado warning here shortly. That's a real possibility. We're going to check that Council Grove camera again and look to the northeast toward it. And then I'm going to start looking from the cameras from Topeka southwest as well. So that's the view from Council Grove. I'm going to pan a little farther to the left here around the tower. And you can see the updraft on it pretty clear there. But again, this is a good 15, maybe 20 miles away. And, you know, we're also looking through rain, so it's going to be hard to see. It's just going to be hard to see from that angle, but I'll keep giving it tries once in a while. How far is that going to be away from Emporia? Straight from Emporia, I might have a better look at it, so let's try that one. So from Emporia, bring this one up quickly here. And again, the rotation I'm looking at there is southwest of Eskridge. And I want to look straight north from Emporia here. Okay, so southwest of Eskridge, the position on that's going to be, let's see, just about 8 miles southwest of Eskridge. And the rotation is not tightened up enough just yet. But certainly that's got potential. And I am going to look straight north from Emporia, and it just looks too hazy. I can't see it, so I'll show it to you quickly, just what I've got. But the distance on that's pretty good distance away. There are several storm chasers on these as well that I've been communicating with, and if any of these guys see anything, I'll know. We had what could have been a funnel cloud near Westmoreland earlier, and fortunately that looked like it fell apart. This one in the south central part of Wabaunsee County is by far the most interesting thing I see on the radar at this moment. Again, so that one has some spin. It's located about 8 miles southwest of Eskridge. We'll go back and forth in time here, and you can see the spin southwest of Eskridge again, just about 8 miles. All right, new warning data coming in here. What is this one going to be? All right, they're letting the warning from Marshall County expire at 5:45. That's what that update is. All right, so there's still a warning there going until 5:45, I think, for, no, this one goes till 6 for the folks in Wamego up to Emmett. That storm's really kind of past that area, so that warning probably won't go that long. This storm near Onega and Havensville is where we had the larger hail a little while ago. Looked like it might be the size of Nichols. A few minutes ago we looked at it. So we've got what looks like maybe some hail falling south of Onega to Louisville. This is not going to be larger than Nichols in that area. All right, now we've got a new tag here. What's this? Considerable severe storm warning. So we're looking at 70-mile-per-hour winds and hail the size of ping pong balls. That's the storm I was just mentioning a moment ago we saw the rotation with. And they're saying they see 70-mile-per-hour winds with this and hail up to the size of ping pong balls. So if you're in Lyon County, this warning just came out. So if you're in areas down to the south, like Emporia, Neosho Rapids, down to Olpe, you are not in that severe storm warning. It has a considerable tag, which is kind of a higher level of warning, and you can see the color there on this, and it says there we got 6:30 expiration time, winds to 70 miles per hour, and again the wind's considered to be considerable with this as it moves toward Eskridge. So that storm has potential for hail that could be up the size of ping pong balls, and they are mentioning hail the size of ping pong balls and winds to 70 is what they're saying with this. So that hail core very close to Eskridge at this time. And we can check out the view looking south at it from our camera near Maple Hill from the WIBW transmission tower. And that's how it looks, just an absolute downpour of rain. So it's about impossible to see what's going on with it because the rain is just so heavy. So the rotation part of that is not as well pronounced now, at least not on the reflectivity as it was. But in that area just southwest of Eskridge, that's where we have the higher possibility of seeing the stronger winds, and you can still see it spinning there, is right in that area that's probably 7 miles southwest of Eskridge. So right about here. Again, this is not a tornado warning, but it really is a heads up, and I'm letting you know that's one that we're most concerned about, with hail, again, the size of ping pong balls a possibility, and winds to 70 miles per hour. To the southwest, we have new storms. And this line is one I showed you developing just a few minutes ago. I'm going to show this quickly, and then we're going to get ready for the 6 o'clock news. After the 6 o'clock news, we'll live stream for just hours and hours. We'll probably have tornado warnings by then, and we'll have all kinds of stuff to go over. So this storm coming toward White City has hail the size of $0.5 and winds to 60 miles per hour. Let's check the velocity on this and see if it's spinning. That's not spinning much, if at all, at this point, but it certainly has potential to. And the hail on this is the biggest near the town of Lost Springs. All right, again, the tornado watch goes until 9 p.m. for just about all of northeast Kansas. Even areas to the west, like Concordia, that are not in the tornado watch, still could see severe weather. And again, we're getting a lot of warnings across the area right now. And this is going to be just kind of the beginning of it. This evening we'll be see lots of warnings. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and break off the live stream, please, and get ready for the 6 o'clock show. Again, no tornado warnings this time. If we have any tornado warnings, we'll start the live stream right away, and we'll break in on TV as well. Stay with us. We'll keep you safe and informed.